Hi everyone and welcome to this video. Today we're going to see how to create a very simple slider by using Gutenberg and also the default theme of WordPress. So I'm going to show you right away that the theme we are using is the 2025, so the default one of WordPress. And we are going to create a page right now and add a slider. So let's see how to do that. Go on all pages and add a new page, and here I would call it slider. So Gutenberg will throw you this pop-up asking you if you want pre-built layouts. I'm going to call it slider, and then you just need to click on the plus button and go and find a slider. So I'm going to search for slider, and the first thing you will notice is that it won't find any result. It would say like no result, but it allows you to install a new block. Those are basically plugins, okay? So I'm going to click the first block here. Let's wait. The installation, it's done. What I usually do is like save as draft and then refresh the page whenever I add a new block. This because, as you can see, sometimes it glitches. I did not have this plus button before, but now it appeared because I refreshed the page. So just be careful about that. So the other thing we would do here is open up this panel here, as you can see, and there is the carousel slider v2, and I'm just going to click on the plus button, and here it allows you to add a block in it. So click on the plus button and I would go with the cover because I want to add an image that takes full width, and also I want it with a text in it and a button in it, right? So click on cover here, media library. Click on an image. I have this cute cat here, and I would go with like, a title like beautiful cat puppet. I don't know. I also misspelled this one. Okay. Then you just type enter and you would go with a description. So title, description, I would call this like I love cats when they are at home with me and my wife, something like that. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm writing, so I type enter / and then I search for a button, right? So just type button and here you go, click me. Okay, so we created our first slide. I'm going to very quickly change this into a heading because it's a title, right? And you can put it on H2, H1, whatever you want. So for me, it's H1. And then for this text here, I'm going to maybe change the text size to something smaller, with like an M or on a S, whatever you want. And okay, so once you styled your slider, also make sure by clicking on the cover, the background, right? Because if you click here and you see you have an overlay, okay? So I guess the overlay gets automatically there based on, the image. I don't know, but you can also change the opacity of the overlay. So I'm going to change it a little bit. Of course, there is not much contrast here. So just, take care of the styling later. Anyway, let's put it on 50. And keep going. So if you go here on the sidebar, okay, we have one slide, and inside of it we have the cover, right? I close it just to make sure you understand the structure. So if you want to add a new slide, just click on the plus button here, and what I'm going to do is to copy, Command C, and then paste it here. Is it going to paste it here? Let's see. Nope, it's not pasting it. So I'm going to duplicate it if it's allowing me, okay, and then I will put it inside of it. Okay, so I just duplicate it and drag and drop in the second one, and then I can do the same thing for the third one. So I click plus here, okay, and just duplicate this, Command Shift D, and put it here, so that it's easier for me to build it. Then you can click on the first one and just click on replace and open the media library, and I'm going very quickly. I'm going to replace the images, and then I'm going to replace also this image here. Where is the image? Here you go. Okay, so we can save this as a draft. We can now check it and see how it looks. Let's publish this actually. And now view the page. Okay, so basically what happens, it does this kind of weird thing. So what we actually need to do is go back and start playing around with the settings of the slider. So click on here. As you can see, we have our structure with 3 sliders. So click on the main one. And then on the main one, you need to select the option here. So you would have page and block. Of course, to style and change the block, you need to click on the block tab. And then go on, set one slide. Slide per group. You have the space between the slides if you want to change it. You can also create carousel with this widget, but in this case I want a simple slider. I also see that I made a mistake here, but I will go to fix later. So basically the text, you need to make sure to put it on the left. This one is already on the left, so let me quickly change this. So this one will be on the left, and also this text will be on the left. Okay, the cool part is sometimes the font detects the background and becomes white. That's crazy. That's really cool. Anyway, let's go forward with our tutorial. Otherwise, I will take too much time. So, we are here. What I wanted to do, I wanted to make sure this is a full width. So, what you need to do here is to make sure when you click on the carousel slider V2 main layer here, make it full width, okay? And once you made it full width, if you click on it, you can also drag and drop it down based on how much width you want, how much height you want on the thing. So if I save this and I check this, as you can see, it's not very, I want more width. I also want to remove this thing here. So what we are going to do is, first thing, go on page, template, change template, and I go on page no title, okay, and now it will remove this title on the front end, and then I can also drag and drop this one as I want, 900 pixel for example, and save this. And then if I refresh the page, as you can see, now I have my thing going on. This one of course need to be changed to have the full width, the width too. So what you just go, you can also click here and go on 900, like that, and yeah, so basically you click 900. Okay, cool. So if you click on the image, you also be able to change where you want the block to show, the block of the text in this case. I usually keep it like on the side left maybe, and you can do the same thing for those. You can also alternate if you want to have like a right, left, whatever. Just for the sake of this tutorial, I will just keep them all on the left. And once you save, you go here and you have the text here. So as you can see here, the only problem I see is basically the fact that we have the text that is too much on the left, right? It's taking the full width, there is no container. So you can basically right click on the cover and then group it. And if you group, here, let me go back, Control Z. So basically what you need to do here in the cover is to group the content inside of it. So I'm going to group this. Okay, now it's a group, right? And I can basically add padding and whatever I want here. And if you want to avoid the text to go to the very left, you keep it in the group here, and basically you're good to go. Like if you go on full width, you can go on full width, but I will keep none here. And if you go here, so nothing is changing, probably because I made it in a wrong group, like let's say ungroup. So let's think about it. So we have the cover here. Oh yeah, sorry. So basically it was correct. You need to group that. Then when you click on cover, you need to center it. And inside of the group, you basically need to make like wide width, okay? And then with the wide width selected, you need just to make sure the content is on the left, okay? I apologize for the mistakes, but it's a little bit sometimes tricky, this part here. So what you actually need to do is this: create a group inside of the cover, set it as a wide width, and then set it justify on item left. This way you basically get the container inside of the cover, and the content doesn't go like on the edge here on the left. And what I can do here is to copy and basically paste it under the cover, oops, here, in this way. Okay, wait 1 second. I think that duplicating is a lot easier than copying, because it's really, when I copy stuff here, I always mess up something. So let's put here and then remove those. Okay, so basically now every cover has its own group, and if you save this and you go here, okay, as you can see now, it takes like the container, the main container of the header and the footer, so everything, sorry, is aligned, and we are good to go. We created our thing, right? So I'm seeing here that we have a problem with the other two, and now we are going to check very quickly why this problem is there. So looks like because I did not set the cover on the middle. So the cover again need to be set it here on the middle, so that you know it's correct. So yeah, so I hope the tutorial was useful. We had some issues here, but you know, it's normal. Gutenberg is not so easy to understand at the beginning. So yeah, so this is how you create your sliders. You can also go and fix if you don't want the cat like cut it off, of course, by clicking on the image here. Okay, you can go on block, and basically you can change the focal point and say like the top 30% or like 20% as you wish. Otherwise, you can also use this drag and drop thing that allows you to center better the content. So if I center it here on the top, I can then save this and then hard refresh. Let's go here, and as you can see, it's centered. The cat is not cutted on the top. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. You have the arrows here that you can change, and you can also set up, if you click on the carousel main layer, autoplay, so that whenever a user gets here after 3 seconds, you know, the slider change by himself. So let's wait a moment. Voila, so it changed automatically. So we created a slider, very cool, right? If you check the mobile version, it's basically resizing correctly, so there is no issue here. So it's basically fluid responsive. You can also make some fixes like adding some padding here. Yeah, it's very simple basic slider here, but you can actually style it and change by using padding and everything. So by clicking here basically on this box here, on this group here, as you can see, there is no padding here. You can add some padding if you want that, you know, a better spacing and whatever, styling. The title also is very small, so you would go on something bigger by clicking here maybe, you know, and make it a little bit more nice. You should not say more nice in English probably, but here you go. We created a slider. Hope that was useful, and see you in the next one. Bye.